Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, doing a super late model fix series race here, week 6 at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, going out for qualifying. Gonna be an interesting adventure. Looks like at the time that I'm going out, only about half the field has done a qualifying lap, and it is definitely a bit of a sketchy track. It's somewhat hot for session time. Hopefully not get the wall right at the line to start lap 1. We'll see if it allows the first lap time, otherwise I'm going to have to drill it on the second lap. Feeling like I've got a little bit more pace in relation to the leaders compared to normal, but did not get a practice lap in the lobby to see how that was going to relate, so not very good right now. About 2/10 off, so I'm going to see if I can pick it up the second lap for me. I just cannot heat the tires up well enough the first lap to get good grip out of it. The second lap is always quicker for me, but hopefully, yep, hit the wall right before, so not going to count. So we're going to be starting towards the middle of the pack, not where I wanted to be, probably back of everybody that's there. 327, not very good. Should have been a 235. Let's see the difference. Would have been, wouldn't have bumped me up that much. Actually, would have put me in 8th, and I would have been on the outside, so I guess it's kind of blessing these guys. Just seems like it's a bit of a slower track, although the O's are still telling you how quick it is. So I'm gonna go one step up on the steering ratio, qualified at 10-1. Gonna do 12-1 just to try to help me save tires a little bit. I think this for me is just gonna be all about avoiding incidents, basically keeping myself off the wall, trying to avoid wrecks that are happening, just try to keep my pace as consistent as I can, as close as I can to you know, my personal limits. I know obviously it's going to be tough for me to have the pace that these guys do. We've seen me in the last few super late model races. I'm not there yet in terms of driver development, but trying to work there. Feel like if I can get the car slowed down just enough, then it's possible, and I can be quicker than I was, but still not, you know, obviously fast enough to lead the race. I feel like I'm just overdriving entries a little bit and sliding the car just a little bit too much. Kind of time in the corners. At least I'm finding that's a slightly better line for me, to time in the corners a little bit, especially in 1 and 2, to stay above the bump. That's kind of in the middle of 1 and 2, closer to the exit of 2. But it's a work in progress. It's slowly getting there for sure. Just trying to take advantage of starting on the inside, trying to avoid any messes that happen, whether it's you know, guys wrecking in front or guys getting loose around. Obviously, the track being a little bit warmer, it's very easy to get on the throttle too hard coming out of turn 2, turn 4, and loop it. Very, very easy to do that. I would say those are probably going to be the biggest common problems, aside from somebody just diving it in and you know, washing up and getting somebody. So gonna have to keep an eye out for that, especially if somebody is directly in front of me. That I don't get into them. I'd rather, if I see the signs of that, I'd rather back off and hope that I don't get run into from behind, be able to avoid them as they go down to the inside of the track, than get tangled up in it and not only, you know, sustain damage to the car, which slows me down, but also just you know, losing the time and the incident points and everything. So gonna do the best I can, try to see if I can move up. This looks like a single split. We've got 20 guys in here. We are car number 10, so really technically only need to pick up 1 spot to be where I am expected to finish. I would like to hope that that's a possibility for me. I don't know. I guess we'll see how the pace shakes out. Not a ton of guys obviously turning qualifying laps, not a ton of guys trying to practice laps, so it's really hard to say where do I stand as a whole in the field, but certainly going to try to do my best. Probably going to take it slightly easy on the start, just to get the tires and brakes warmed up, get pressures built up, get temps built up, get the rubber gripping a little better, and let everybody else sort out their messes, both ahead of us and behind us, and try to keep an eye out for that. So, gonna be getting ready to go 50 laps. Hopefully it's not caution filled. Hopefully we can get some long green flag runs in and kind of shake everything out and have some fun. So, gonna get ready to go. Leaders are off.
Go, go, go.
Off and rolling. Looks like the 18 might have come down on me slightly out of turn 4. No big deal. Still a 0x. Would love to obviously get the 0x in. Just gonna let the 3 go. Guessing he's probably gonna have pace and or will probably be a bit more aggressive. You can see the 11 getting... Not sure if he got shoved out of the way or if he just had problems through 3 and 4, but I'm going to see if I can work to his inside, try to pick up a spot that way. And we've got a caution already. It's going to be a long race if it's going to be like this. I'm really hoping this is not a repeat of the street stock race. Although that one started out with a nice green flag run, so this one's not starting out that way. But don't want to have to... show you guys like 6 cautions where you just skip them all of them because they're boring and we've run half the race under caution, if not more. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand. I have been kind of toiling back and forth on if I want to jump up to the open series just to try to hopefully get some cleaner driving, not as many cautions, and in theory with the races being a little longer, more laps, more track time for each race compared to how the fixed series is. Like, I know driving wise I am nowhere near ready to jump up to that and contend with that, but the more these races just become bad and caution filled, then the less it's valuable to me to run them, because you just can't get green flag laps in. You can't really gauge where you are in terms of pace, where you need to improve, everything like that. You can only look at obviously qualifying times and lap times from that, but with me being slower in qualifying and starting the back, it's tougher for me to run as fast a laps as it is for the leaders who are getting to start ahead of the majority of the field. Yeah, the other side too is it's a bit tougher when you've got guys that can overdrive over their skill set, which obviously I have been known to do quite a bit at times, but I feel like the last few races and the last week or so I've been getting a little better about staying within my means. So it can be tough for development if I'm constantly getting involved in stuff that wasn't my fault, from people driving over their heads or driving too aggressively for that point of the race. So still kind of weighing that decision, not sure what I want to do yet, but you know, for this week at least was running fixed series, and we'll see how this goes to decide if it's going to be the last one or not. Next week at Iowa should be interesting for sure. I think it could be a lot of fun, or it could be not a great race, so just kind of see how it goes. I know when I ran tour mods, or tried to run tour mods, it wasn't as enjoyable as I thought it would be, but super weights might be a little bit different there. So
pits are closed.
On the bright side, clicking off laps, keeping car clean, 0 incidents, so that's for that goal I guess these are nice, but obviously for driver development, racing, and just enjoyment and or your entertainment, these are not very nice. So appreciate it if you're sticking through these. Completely understand if you have fast forwarded through all of this. Gonna be getting the 1 to go next time by, so we'll be restarting on lap 8. No change for me in terms of running order. Gonna be starting on the inside again, row 6. We've got the 3 and the 11 in flip positions.
Race will resume at the end of this lap.
3 moved up to 9th, 11 back to 10th, and 18 fell back. I think he might have been the cause of the caution. Didn't happen to see it. Looked like it was out behind me, so did not happen to see that. But we'll see. Got the 12 to the outside, 13 directly behind. Not sure how they are going to stack up. Just kind of have to see and feel it out. Just going to try to get a clean start, get into a rhythm. Same thing as before, and we are off and rolling.
Green, 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 let's go.
Out of turn 4 safely. Got the 12 to the outside, nice gap behind, so
outside.
Really don't want to lose that spot, but not going to contend too hard right now. And we've got a caution again. This is not going to be a fun race to show you guys if I even get any green flag racing, but we can't even literally get one green flag run. And now I'm going to be starting on the outside because I took it easy on the restart and did not get in front of the 12. Well, We're going the wrong direction
Of course, yellow.
because of
It's all right.
restarts, because I'm not very good at them since I'm not attacking them very aggressively, and safety rating's about the only thing that's going to be looking in the incorrect direction for this race at least, but this is frustrating for sure. Looks like it's just spins and maybe somebody parking on the track because nobody's in pit road. I think everybody's literally all on the lead lap still. I'll check it as we go through the last car pull across the start-finish line. Check it, but I believe all 20 cars, 19 cars started the race, and all 19 cars are still on the lead lap. So nobody's been having issues and fallen to pit road for repairs. So just this is not fun at all. Like this is, yeah, I will echo the comments you're seeing from the guys towards the front. This is just not enjoyable. I will feel really bad if this is what I have to show you guys. I mean, this is probably going to be my only attempt at it this week. But I will feel horrendously bad if this is what you guys get to see. This is not fun. I did not sign up for this race to literally do a lap in 3/4 or whatever it's been under green flag, and the rest has been under caution. For as bad as I am, it's still not fun. Let's hope we get to go next time by so we can minimize the laps under caution. These cautions also seem to be really long given what's happening. It must be just, you know, single car spins or something. These cautions seem really long, so hopefully we can get to go get back to green sooner than later. Thankfully we do get that, so we'll be restarting on 14, so it feels like we spent literally almost a third of the race under caution already.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
Just gonna have to get, I guess, really crazy aggressive on the restarts and try to do my best to pick up some spots on the outside. Yeah, it's gonna seem like having to get everything I can off the restarts to have any shot at picking up, and qualifying clearly was by far the most important thing for finishing order as of right now, and unfortunately that's probably my worst attribute. Not that I'm good at very much in super late models, but that by far is my worst attribute. So yeah, just gonna have to do what I can to try to dig in the first corner or two and try to pick up, but obviously I'm gonna still stick to the plan in case we do get a green flag run of not overdriving the car, you know, not overdriving my talent level, as I do not want to be the cause for caution, and certainly just, you know, gonna accept whatever happens, unfortunately. So be getting ready to go. Meters are off. Outside line seems like might have gotten a slightly better restart than the inside line. Just gonna try to drive it into turn 1 on the outside, see if I can pick up any spots. Actually, not a terrible restart on the outside. Not ideal, but not terrible. We are somehow able to complete one green flag lap, and we've got a wreck up ahead that does not bring out a caution somehow. And there's the wreck that's going to bring out the caution. No caution. We got cars everywhere. Wow, that was crazy. Somehow I was able to navigate through that. I thought 3 different times there'd be a caution, and there was not, so
it's closed. Pace car is out.
Gotta let the 11 by.
Car 11.
We'll see where I actually sort out after everybody gets where they need to be. Not sure how many spots I picked up in that, but should pick up a few out of that compared to where I restarted in 12, so I think we got like a lap and a half now. And we've got a car upside down, so that's a really good reason for a caution. Not sure who that was. They just towed right before I got to them. A lot of cars involved. A lot of cars. It looked like that was the 13, I believe, was the first one that got a little bit squirrely. No, it was not. Sorry, I apologize for that. 13 is behind. That was 6, maybe? I think, yeah. I think it was the 6 was the first one that got a little bit squirrely. And as people were trying to catch it and avoid it, they were getting all over the place. So moments where I thought with how I went to the high side to avoid what was going on at the bottom out of turn 2, then everything happened on the high side of the straightaway, and I wasn't sure if there was really anywhere I could go. That was crazy. Then it went down to the track, and you had another one up on the bottom of the track, and you had guys from behind. I was praying that I wasn't going to get fouled into after checking up. That was just eventful for sure. I guess that's a good caution to catch a break, although obviously if there wouldn't have been a caution, we would have kept rolling. If it would have been something like an ARCA series, we would have gained quite a few spots and had been a decent gap to cars behind, but that's not how this goes. So up to 8th though with that, picked up 4 spots through the, I think I probably picked up a spot or 2 off of the restart with the inside line just not going, at least by where I was restarting, and then probably picked up a couple spots out of cars that were wrecked through that as well. So guessing you're going to see a speed difference in the 6 up ahead. Not sure how much slower he'll be. I'm sure for me it's not going to be enough that I can get by him, but not sure if he's going to have any internal engine damage or suspension damage out of it. But going to get 2 to go, so we will be restarting on 21. 20 down, we'll have 40% of the race completed. I got our first car on pit road for repairs still. Going to be restarting the outside again, although if it goes like the last restart, that wasn't the worst spot to be, honestly. That was not as bad as I expected it to be, so just going to try to do the best I can, try to dig. We were able to jump ahead of the 12 off the restart, and just see what I can do with the 8 up ahead. Have not run around them yet. They've always been a couple rows ahead, and got the 11 to the inside, so certainly going to try to do my best. Still stick to the game plan. I think I'm going to try to drive just a little bit harder off the restart, try to pick up some spots, and kind of fall in and just try to keep it as clean as I can, so that if we do start to get going green, then could try to have a little bit of a better run, safer run overall. I don't know if these many cautions are just caused by how this series is gone and the track, or if this is a factor of having, I mean, we only started 19, but 20 cars, what was likely a single split, so you've got a much wider skill gap in the split. Not sure, but we're going to get ready to go green. Off and rolling, not the best restart. 11 got a good start, 12's actually gaining on me. Just going to stay here on the outside for now. Got the 13 directly behind. We've got some contact between the 6 and the 2. Able to get by him, I think. 8's kind of slow on the outside, just going to get stuck behind him. Got to try to find my way around him if I can. 13's still going to drive it pretty aggressive. And here 3 wide. I got into the 8 just a hair and got turned around. Unfortunately, we're going to the back. Don't think we really got too much damage out of that. I don't know why the 13 thought he was clear to shoot it on the inside. I know I did not go as low as I could have. However, that was not the time for him to throw it. I think the initial contact might have been the 8 coming down a little bit, but then I definitely, obviously, was trying to avoid the 13, went up into him. So unfortunately, 0x is out of the way, but I don't think I'm completely at fault that we're all the way back to 16th now. Got a long way to go back there. I think the 13 just overdrove that one, but he could have already had the position, and maybe I overdrove it by getting in there. I was trying to clear the 13 and thought I had the preferred line going in, and that didn't work out that way. So yeah, I'm not really sure how that went down there. Might be worth it to come in and get damage fixed, just because we're already at the back of the pack and there's only 2 spots that we could lose by doing that. So 18's multiple laps down, 9's out of the race, so yeah, by coming to pit road, I probably should just do it and fix whatever damage we got. Nothing really to lose there. We're going to be starting the halfway point under caution. Going to be crossing under caution. I mean, this one was partially my fault, but I don't know. I still feel like the 13 was a bit too aggressive there. I'm not really going to show any ill remorse towards him or trying to go after him, but that was definitely frustrating. Looks like 19 up ahead's got some damage. He's going to be coming in along with me.
Box in, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Just going to have to try to make sure I get out ahead of the pace car. See how much damage we have. We actually don't have any damage, so wow. I figured we might have had a couple seconds, so guess I did need to come in. It's going to put me back a little bit, but no big deal. Just going to catch back up to the back of the field. I think I'm likely going to be 15th, I think. We'll see. 18s probably should go back on the pit road, get some repairs. We'll see. We got the 20 coming back in, so that's probably going to put me in. No, that should put me in the 15th then. So it should be on the inside line. Don't know if that's going to be a good thing or not. Yeah, back to 15th. Okay, so we would have been the outside line if the 20 had come to fuel or come to pit road. So yeah, sorry about all the cautions. I guess the last one easily could have been my fault. We'll obviously review that after the race, see what's up there, and just try to dig now. Now it's all going to be about how much can I avoid. Pretty much all that good fortune I had there is all wiped out after this previous restart, and see if we can get back to a 10th place finish. Obviously,
we're going green next time by.
That'll feel like a win, quite honestly, if I can get to 10th. 5 spots, if we don't have a ton of wrecks that I'm able to avoid, 5 spots may or may not be easy. I really don't know how I line up with these guys in pace. I've not been this far back, and most of these guys have been running behind me the whole time, so just gonna have to see. Good news is I really won't have too many behind me. I'll have the 20 behind me, but hopefully I'm gonna be faster than the 20. We'll just have to see. Certainly not gonna try to jump this restart because there's nobody really behind us. You can see how much the 20's laying back. 18 is laying back with how many laps down he is. Very respectful of him. So just gonna try to feel out which line I think's going faster. I'm going to try to pick off spots as quickly as I can, so that way if we have quick cautions, can try to slowly work my way up. And keep my eyes peeled for wrecks, kind of like what you're seeing right now. The 13 gets sent around. Guess that could be a little bit of karma. Not sure if you deserve that one or not, but yeah, I mean, I shouldn't really speak ill of them because I don't know what happened, but it's gonna move up 1 spot, so that'll actually put me to the outside. Although I guess right now I just need to take as many spots as I can get. Yeah, not a great race. I feel bad for having to show this to you guys right now. Certainly, I don't feel like my worst effort at all, especially in a super late model race. I still really don't feel like I had 100% of fault in that 3 wide incident, but just way too many cautions by people. 13 jumps out of the race, so shouldn't have to worry about him again if it was on him. I don't know previously, but just I don't know. It just seems like that's kind of how the series is going. Not sure what the 3's doing. It's pretty big for him to be parked there, considering he was the 2nd place car. Wow, that might be 2 spots. Huh. So not sure what's gonna happen there. Guess we're gonna find out. Up to 14th. Never mind, there goes the 3. Okay. I don't know what happened there. I'm really not sure what happened there. So yeah, I should be 15th. Which I don't know. Thought I was 15th the last one. I don't know what's going on. I should pick up a spot because of getting by the 13 with the wreck, but I don't know. We'll see what iRacing scoring does. That's kind of weird.
Of course, yellow. Pits are open.
Expecting the 20 to go back into pit, expecting the 18 to go back into pit, fix repairs. We're going to get 2 to go. We'll be restarting on 34. So 17 left. About a third of the race left, roughly.
We're under caution. Pits are closed.
Still being scored 15th, so I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. Look at the standings. You just have 2 out, which is the 13 and the 9. Yeah, I guess we are 15th. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we were 16th with hotlined. I don't know. No idea what happened with the 2 or the 3 there. No idea why he's sitting inside the wall and then field goes by and he gets back up, but it just is what it is, so. Just gonna try to do the same thing again.
Okay, Jake. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Feel out whichever line I think is quicker, and try to make my way up through as many cars as I can in the last 17 laps, or really, if we go by how the trend has been, the last, in the next lap, or maybe 2 laps if we're lucky. 18 should be the only one coming out. Looks like he's trying to get around to catch the field, but nobody else behind me, so I can take as much time as I want off the restart in order to avoid any problems that might happen into 1. I mean, it'd be nice for getting positions to be on the inside, but I don't really think it's worth it. I think it's better to just get a clean start and get away. 19 seems like he's kind of slow, so might try to look to try to get around him, and that's probably going to have to happen on the outside. Just have to see how he runs.
Clear to the bottom. Car low. Clear inside.
Oh, might not be able to get by him. We'll have to see. I'm just going to try to drive it as clean as I can, do my part to keep us going green the rest of the race. 19 just drives up into me. I don't understand why he was trying to do that. Thankfully no instant points out of us, but that kills me from trying to get any more positions unless the wreck happens. Just gonna go to the inside, try to get by him. This is not the most ideal way to pass. He kind of cuts down. He didn't have me clear, so he was entitled to that line, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of obvious that I'm faster than him, and super frustrating when he just wants to run me up the track. We've got the 4 down on the inside, we've got the 17 coming up. I'm just able to avoid him. I was trying to get on the brakes. So that's 2 positions, so should move me up to 13th.
Lucas.
Theory should have been in 12th because the 19 just, I don't know what he was doing there.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
Wouldn't be surprised if the 4 though is able to recover if he doesn't have too much damage, if it was just a spin. If he can come flying back up, so it really could only be a 1 position game. I guess we'll just see how much damage both of them have. Not gonna get many green flag laps in at all. Feel really bad for this. This will be, if you guys fast forward through all the cautions, gonna be a very, very, very short video, and this might be solidifying my decision to just try to go to open. Take a look at how many cautions they've had in most of the races compared to the fixed series, how many entries they're getting, and see if it's any cleaner and any better, because this is just not productive. Not to mention the fact that, you know, I mean, I know it's single split, but I don't really know what the 19 was doing running me up the track like that when I'd established the outside lane prior to that, was pulling on his right rear, and he just wants to keep coming up the track. So not sure if that was an attempt at a block or what that was. It was kind of stupid if that was an attempt at a block, considering we were running for 14th and 15th. Really dumb, but, you know, I guess everybody's got their own prerogative and their own choice, so. As they would say sometimes in some of the short tracks around me, I'm sure it is a sentiment that is echoed all across America at short tracks. Some guys run with their chin straps just a little too tight. I hope we can get 2 to go sooner than later so we can try to have some laps in. I'm only 3 spots away from 10th. Not sure if I'm going to be able to pull that off. Like I said, really probably going to be only 1 spot ahead in that wreck, because I'm guessing the 4 is going to be faster and probably does not have enough damage to not end up ahead of me. So really, I'm, you know, an equivalent of 14, so I've still got 4 more spots to pick up. Although, if we get enough laps and the 4 does get by, I might try to tag behind the 4, see if I can keep up with him as best as possible and use him to kind of spread the field and just follow him through passes as well. Although depending on how many laps we have, with restarting with 8 to go on 43, might not have enough laps to get by us, especially if we do happen to get at least another caution. The only thing I don't really want, and it's probably going to happen, I really don't want this race under caution. That's just going to be the cap of how bad this race has been. So yeah, if we end up finishing back here and under caution, it's, and I feel like I probably made the mistake there with the whole 3-wide thing. Probably should have just backed out and continued running. I would have been further ahead, but it's going to feel a bit frustrating if it wasn't all my fault, because could have had a significantly better finish for me at least. And yeah, don't know. So gonna try to push this time. Obviously 19 is gonna be on the outside 1 row ahead, but gonna try to do the best I can to get as good of a start, try to get around him. I'm gonna have the 4 restarting directly behind me. Not sure, I mean the 7 seemed fairly slow. Obviously it seems like at times the outside line's been getting a better restart. Not sure if the 7's actually going to get going the way that I want him to get me ahead of the 19, but I'm certainly going to try my hardest, so I'm going to get ready to go here. Get off and rolling. Just got to do the best I can to try to pick up spots. Got to stay behind the 7, can't really go anywhere right now. Just got to defend the inside line, not overdrive the car. Watch out for when the 4 comes up. Got 7 to go this time by. Wow, the 4 just drills the 14, so we've got a big wreck down the backstretch. That's going to take out quite a few cars. That might have taken out the entire back of the field. I don't know what happened there at the 4. I just saw him shoot up the track into the 14. Have to see what came out of that. Looks like the 18 might have been the only one to make it out of that, and he's been multiple laps down. But let's see. Through all this, he will actually just be 1 lap down now. I don't think he's going to get another caution and get back on the lead lap. But that was just, I don't know what happened there. We're definitely going to review that one. That was crazy. That was fortunate. Got up to 11th now, so 1 spot away from a top 10, and yeah, I don't really know what happened there. Not sure how badly damaged guys are going to be. I'm sure there's going to be some very angry drivers after that. Could either be a really good thing that I have the radio muted, or it could be a really bad thing, because it could be incredibly entertaining. It could also be quite toxic and quite mean. Yeah, I do not know what happened there. All I know is the 14 just... Next thing I know, I saw the 14 go a little bit right, and the 4 go a little bit right, and the 14 just came spinning around, so... Not sure what happened there. We will definitely review that. I actually... If we get a restart, it's going to be like 1 lap, honestly. We'd have to get the 2 to go... What, this time? Next time by? To be restarting with 1 lap to go? No, we'd... Yeah, we gotta get, not this time by, but next time by, we gotta get 1 or 2 to go. So I'm guessing this is just gonna finish under caution, because that in theory would have been big enough that if you're trying to simulate track cleanup, that definitely would have required it. So it looks like we're gonna finish where we started in 11th, which I guess, given the fact that we got involved in that wreck, went to the back, that's not the worst thing. 4X sucks, but not as bad as it could have been. I'm guessing there are very few people, except for the few cars up to the front, that were able to keep it incident-free. 1 spot away from the top 10, tried to do what I could off that restart.
Pits are open.
I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if we get 2 to go this time. Okay, so we are going to get 1 lap to try to dig as much as we can. I know not much about the 15 in terms of his pace. I'm guessing the 4 is going to be banzaiing it in. 20's been generally pretty respectful. Don't think he's really got the pace to keep up, and it seems like he's done a pretty good job about that. I just have to watch out for the 4 and whatever kind of moves he's going to be pulling. Try to follow the 7 through as best as I can. I'm not going to be throwing it 3 wide or doing anything crazy. Just got to try to do the best I can to follow the we're going to be following the 15. The 7's going to be outside. Just that actually probably works out. I think I might be a little bit faster than the 17 than the 15. So I'm going to try to follow the 15 through on the inside. Just need to get by the 17 before a caution comes out, or before we cross the start-finish line, and then I can have a shot at getting a 10th, and at least matching the car number. So that'll feel like a win. Going to watch out for the 4 on the outside, though. Like I said, I'm still going to be worried about Banzai move that he makes. I'm sure he's going to be pretty angry. We'll see if the 14 also decides to have any payback out of that as well, which could easily involve us if that gets pushed far enough up. So going to see what we can do. Wait for the 5 to get rolling. Kind of a botched start. I'm not really sure what happened there. The 20 just thought we were going, and it was clear we were not going, and that just ended badly. Gonna try to not overdrive, turn 1 and 2, get by the 7 as best as I can. Watch out. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to get in front. 9 gets into wreck though, so that's going to be a spot right there for 10th. And we've got the wreck coming off the start-finish line. That's kind of what I expected to see. Whew. Yeah, we should get scored in 10th. Or excuse me, that was the 6. I think the 6 is very unhappy with the 5. That kind of looks like that right there. Wow. Yeah. So lots to review. Lots to review. That might actually be more interesting. Not sure what the 2 just did there with the 15. That looked a little bit weird. So we're just going to park it here now that most people should be off the track. And let's go take a look at stuff that involved me to start, and then we will be taking a look at the last few laps there. Those were absolutely hectic. So should be, let's see, Where did we get the run in? So many cautions. I can't even begin to tell you where stuff happened and where stuff didn't happen. Okay, so it was this lap. Let's watch this to start. So we've got the 6 who has the issue. Let's you know what? Actually, we're gonna review some of what happens here for everybody else's perspective, not just mine. So 6 is running in front of the 1. This was actually for the lead at the time. He's kind of running the middle of the track. I don't know, that looks like a bit of a dump to me. I mean, so it looks like he gets loose off of turn 2. Fast or roll wind it back. He's getting loose everywhere. One's pushed him. I don't think the 6 necessarily had the pace. The one was probably getting a bit impatient. Kind of clips the apron just a little bit, gets loose there off of turn 4, cuts it down. I think the 6 or the 1 finally just had enough and turned him around. And then by that, it looks like let's see what happens here between the 1 and the 2. So the 1 is going to turn the 6. The 6 is going to go up the track. That's what I saw. I started heading down the bottom. 2 just looks like he drives into the 1, so then that causes the 5 to also get into the 1. That clogs everybody up because they're at the point where they're picking up the throttle and trying to get out of the corners, not slowing down. So 9 gets into the 2. 4 tries to dive to the bottom. He almost gets tagged by the 9. 6 comes back, drills the 2 in the back. 9 loses it, gets into the 3. And then you can see me come through that. So let's watch that from my perspective. That was a crazy run there. So, again, I'm going to see the 6 get spun, so I'm going to slow down, kind of hold in the middle of the track, let off of there. Then I see the 2 and the 1 have the issue down below. Tried to go inside, then I had to cut way to the outside because of the issue that happened down to the bottom. So that was just, that was absolutely nuts. So that puts us up into 8th. So let's fast forward from this point to the restart, which is where the craziness happened. So we're going to be running to the outside of the 12. Got the 1 behind. The 13 is also trying to run behind as well. I was almost clear of the 13 there, but still hanging to the outside because I felt like that was faster and decided to stay there behind the 8. Let's see. Okay, so that was really kind of the 3 wide wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Let's look over top at this one. It'll make it a little bit easier to see. So I'm kind of taking the whole diamond thing coming up the track, and I wash up into the 8, and there's the contact right there. So the 4X with him was 100% deserved. And there easily was a lane for the 13 to go on the inside. So I really should have just been probably backing out and just waiting a little bit more because it really wasn't going to fit 3 wide. So that was my fault. As soon as I touched him and he came down and got me, I was getting into the 13. And unfortunately, I get turned as well. I mean, that's unfortunate. The 13 somehow technically got contact from me out of it, and it did not turn him all. I basically just turned off the 13. Bad luck on my part, but completely deserved given the fact that I got into the 8. So that one is definitely my fault. I'm going to take complete blame for that one. Just overdrive that, shouldn't have gone there. So well-deserved 4X. Just tried to not overdrive it, thought I was going to be clear, going to stay off them, and just did not do a good enough job of that. So that one is on me. Let's check out this last little bit here. This is what's crazy. So and let's go up to the 4's view here. It's gonna be a little bit better to see this. So I'm gonna watch the 4 off the restart. He's gonna try to follow behind me, get going. He's got the 14 on the outside, up ahead, 19 on his immediate outside. That almost looked like netcode, but I think he might have been able to, or might have been just trying to avoid him. So hard to say there. Okay, so that did not go how I thought it would. That looks like the 19 making a ill-advised 3 wide off of turn 4 and not really giving the 14 any room to come up. 14's not gonna stay down there because he's trying to get positions. He's trying to get back to where he thinks he should be. Comes across the 19's left front, which I guess somewhat is on the 4 for coming up too much, but the 19 probably should have just been backing out and waiting. and just staying behind the 4 and following the 4 through the 14. That probably would have been better. That turns him directly into the 14. So 14 had no fault in that at all. He gets turned. That sends the 17 down to the track trying to avoid it. The whole mess comes down and collects him. And let's see from the 18's perspective. He basically gets stopped and just slowly drives through it all. So good on him for recognizing that stopping. I'm going to call that on the 19 because we should probably watch where the 19 was running pretty aggressive with me as well. This is another moment I actually want to watch when I felt like he came up on me. Forgot about that moment. So let's check that out and see what happens here. I think it was this lap here? We'll see. Oh, that was not it. I apologize for that. It would have been this restart here is where I got by him. So get that out of the way. I'm looking at this from the 19's perspective, but you're gonna see me start to catch him on the outside. I thought I was quicker than him on the outside. Had a bit of an issue there. Kind of lost it off of turn 4. Had to reset. Gonna try to get a good run here down the backstretch. I don't know. That doesn't look exactly the same. So let's take a look at it from my perspective because that might be an even better perspective to see that from. So I try to get off again. You know what? I'm gonna jump this back up so we can get a little bit more of an overhead. Frame by frame this up. So I'm trying to get to the outside. I was kind of partially trying to pinch him down, but it looks like I turn left into him a little bit, and then he kind of runs up the track as we make contact. That might have been a bit of production code there, the way it was, and then that kind of sent me into the wall. Thankfully, other than slowing me down, it really didn't do too much there. So, yeah, pretty crazy race. Let's go take a look at the results. Hopefully, not too bad of a hit for the safety rating. Not a clean race for me overall. Like I said, that was completely my fault with the 8. You guys can feel free to let me know about anything I just looked at there. Actually wasn't a single split. Wow. Wow. Just under 2,600 strength of field. So a little bit weaker than me, but right around where I am. 35 laps out of 50 under caution. Just not fun. Yeah, not fun at all. Feel bad for that one. So, yeah, somehow actually managed to get scored 9th, so really happy with that. I thought we only got the spot on the 6 off the start, so I will gladly take that. Fast lap too hard to judge. I was way too far in traffic, never really got to run anything, so actually don't really want to count that all that much, quite honestly. No point in looking at the average lap time when we ran so many laps under caution. Able to gain 17 in iRating, lost 0.06. They gave me a 4x at some point. My guess is that I didn't see that, but it was probably for that contact with the 19 that happened. So, feel bad about getting into him. You know, that obviously was not the way I thought it was. Feel bad for getting into the 8 like I did. I will probably send an apology, even though he actually ended up finishing 8th out of that, or 5th out of that. Feel bad for that one. So, overall, thought it was a improvement for me. Not a great race by any means, but I felt overall I was a little bit quicker, was kind of thinking about it smarter, trying to do my best to avoid wrecks. You can see literally anybody that started the race did not avoid anything less than 4x, so it was just a rough one. I'm definitely going to go back and analyze open stuff and see what I think about that. If I want to just, grab a free set from OSR or do something and try to run those, try to get a little bit of cleaner races. So certainly going to take a look at that, may move to that for week 7. Not sure yet, but you'll see whenever the super late model video for week 7 comes out. You'll see what might be the decision. I'll give you my thoughts for that one as well. But hopefully you guys stuck around long enough to see this. A little bit of improvement, so I guess some positive out of it. And yeah, it was definitely a rough one. So feel free to leave any comments back, again, about any of the wrecks that happened or just anything else. Love to hear from you guys in general. So sorry if this deters you from running from the series. It's definitely not. It's gotten progressively worse in the last few weeks, and I've even seen stuff about it in the forums. So not really the best overall, but certainly fun car to drive, and I'm really trying to learn my best to master it and get closer to the top guys in terms of the pace and do what I can out of it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the little bit of green flag racing we did have, and hopefully you'll stay tuned for more races. And until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.